Alright, what is up? This is SLOplays, and today, my friends, we have a massive news, good news for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Finally, a little update on how many copies this game has sold. Within 2 days, I think it was 2 or 3 days, whenever it officially launched, we got the confirmation that I believe it sold 2 to 3 million copies. I think it was 2 million. Now, within about less than 5 months, an extra 3 million copies got added on to that, and now it's 5 million copies in total. You guys do not understand. This is unheard of for a Dragon Ball game, and I would even go as far as to say for an anime game, okay? Within less than 5 months, it's going to be about 5 months within, you know, this week or like within a week from now. But that is absolutely insane that this game could sell 5 million copies. And I mean, obviously, we know it's a very popular game. Dragon Ball is a very popular series. But just to put things into perspective, no other Dragon Ball game sold this much. And I'm going to go over some of the stuff, you know, here in this video. And just, we're going to be gassing up Dragon Ball. This is going to be a video where we can just finally talk about Dragon Ball and be proud of this series and be proud of this fan base. You know, all of us that have been supporting it. And, you know, there's been a lot of gloom and doom, I would have to say, within, you know, the past couple of months since, you know, Daima's been going on. And obviously there's good stuff coming with Sparking Zero and Daima, but there's also a lot of negative things as well, okay? I literally just made a video talking about all the problems with Sparking Zero and what they need to do to fix it, because that last DLC, even though we enjoyed it a lot, it was very fun, it had problems and it did not reflect, you know, the content did not reflect the price, right? So the official Dragon Ball Games page literally just posted this like a couple hours ago. We're thrilled to announce that Dragon Ball Sparking Zero has officially sold 5 million copies worldwide. A huge thanks to our amazing fans for the epic journey. We truly appreciate your passion and dedication, right? The Japanese Twitter page also posted the same thing here. Now, they specifically say that this is the fastest game series to surpass 5 million copies sold worldwide. Again, this is unheard of when it comes to Dragon Ball games, and not only that, but I would go as far as to say anime games as well, right? So, to put some things into perspective here with how ridiculous this is, okay? Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1 sold over 5 million copies worldwide, both physical and digital, within about 2 years of, you know, or almost 3 years, right? The game launched, I believe it was in 2015, so it took 2 years for them to get to 5 million copies, right? And Dragon Ball Xenoverse was like the I would go as far as to say it's like the new thing. It was like the new game. This was basically our Tenkaichi at the time. Okay, this was the big Dragon Ball game that was going to, you know, have a resurgence with the series and get people playing again and everything, because Dragon Ball was starting to come back. It was popular. This was at the time the biggest Dragon Ball game series, right? Now, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, it took them almost 4 years, around 4 years, to just sell 6 million copies, right? I'm pretty sure they sold 5 million probably within like the same time frame, 2 to 3 years, as the you know, original first Xenoverse. But that's a long time compared to what Sparking Zero has done, okay? And that's just Xenoverse, right? Obviously, there are other games that came out. Now, Fighters, I would have to say Fighters before Sparking Zero was the next big game that was kind of overtaking or even rivaling, you know, the Xenoverse series in terms of how fast they were selling copies, right? So they sold 5 million, or at least over 5 million worldwide, within about 2 years, a little over 2 years. Okay, this is 2020, right? So again, it's kind of the same thing, okay? For the general, you know, trend is that a big new Dragon Ball game will come out, and it takes about 2 to 3 years for them to reach 5 million copies, okay? Now, Kakarot, this also did take about 2 years, a little over 2 years as well. This is when they, you know, released it on Switch and everything, and they finally announced that it also did sell around 5 to 6 million copies sold around the time that the Bardock DLC dropped, okay? Now, the best-selling anime game currently right now, as far as we know, this is, I believe, the last update that we had, because, you know, they're not updating every single, you know, couple of months or anything, as far as I know. 12 million copies sold for Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, right? This has always been the top game. Man, the Naruto Storm series is actually a lot bigger than some of y'all realize, okay? The fact that connections was a thing and not Storm 5, and they like that blows my mind that they just didn't make like a really, really good brand new Storm game. Okay, Connections just, it wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand what they were trying to go for, but a lot of that could have just been like DLC on top of Storm 4, right? Storm 5 should have been like a completely brand new game. The Storm series is basically the Sparking series, but for Naruto, okay? Shinobi Striker, I would say, is kind of like the Xenoverse series, you know, but for Naruto. So Naruto and Dragon Ball, I would say, are at the top when it comes to video games. They're absolutely killing it. Xenoverse 2 is right behind it right now. Our last update was that it sold 10 million copies. I believe that was like a year or two ago they confirmed that. Same thing with Dragon Ball Fighters. Fighters and Xenoverse 2 are right next to each other. I was going to say that Fighters was going to eventually sell more than Xenoverse 2, but the fact that it's not getting DLC and Xenoverse 2 still is, it could still be around the same, or Xenoverse 2 might be above that, okay? Now, Storm 4... the fact that it's at 12 million from the last update, and then Xenoverse and Fighters are at 10 million, they're quickly catching up. So I don't know if the Xenoverse series or even the Fighter series will overtake Storm 4, but as far as we know right now, the Storm series for Naruto, at least for Storm 4, that is currently the top-selling, best-selling anime game of all time, right? Persona 5 is at about 7 million. Kakarot's at about 5 million, which was the last update that we talked about there. Regular Xenoverse 1 is about like 3 to 4 million, and the rest, you know, goes on. Demon Slayer is quickly catching up with, you know, at least being in the top 10 at about 3 million. I think they did confirm like 3 to 4 million recently whenever they announced the second game, Hinokami Chronicles 2. And then as you can see right here, like in total, the Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm series in total has almost 30 million copies sold, which is fucking insane, okay? The Xenoverse series is only around like 13 to 14 million. So right now, I would say Naruto's number 1, Dragon Ball's number 2, and One Piece is number 3, right? I feel so bad for One Piece, though, because it's like, this is such a... One Piece is literally like the biggest anime/manga series out there. And the fact that they cannot get like a really solid game, I'm not saying the games that they have are bad or anything, but like Pirate Warriors is like the number 1 series. That's crazy, right? Not saying Pirate Warriors is bad, but that's like a, you know, Dynasty Warriors, or like it's just like, it's a hack and slash type of game, which I think works well. But like, imagine a One Piece 2D fighter like Dragon Ball Fighters, or like a One Piece Xenoverse type of game where it's like, you know, kind of like an RPG, almost MMO aspect. You create your own character. Like One Piece needs more games like that. And again, people will be like, oh, well, we don't want arena fighters. We're tired of fighting games. But it's like, these are shonen fighters. Like, that's what these series are all about. And it's like good to dabble into other genres, but it's like a series like One Piece, they gotta have at least one of the big major fighting games, right? I know they've had fighting games in the past, but it's like, we need a really, really good one, either by like Arc System Works, or, you know, I don't know, some other dev if they want to do. CC2 should definitely pick it up, because CC2 makes, you know, a lot of really, really good, successful games, right? Not saying that they're the best type of games, but I'm just saying they're very successful. People eat them up, right? So yeah, I think One Piece definitely deserves that in terms of a brand new video game. I don't know when we're going to get one. I think, what was the last game we got? Odyssey. I didn't think it was a bad game. I didn't really play it that much. I played a little bit of it, but that's like a more traditional type of RPG, right? Which is still very, very cool, okay? But when it comes to Sparking Zero, that is beautiful to see that it is doing this well. Again, I know there are still problems with the game. Not a big fan of how they're treating the DLC and everything. I'm not going to go back on my word on that. I still agree and will stay on top of that, you know, because it's all constructive criticism. We're trying to make sure that, you know, this stuff like that improves and they're more reasonable. They're adding more customization. They're adding more stages. That's what this game really, really needs right now, okay? Characters are nice and they're fun, but like, we have a huge-ass roster, okay? Obviously, there are some characters missing, like Super 17, or like some OG Dragon Ball characters, like Demon King Piccolo and all that. And yes, I would love to see those characters eventually, but it's like, we got to focus on, there's got to be balance, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just do just characters and that's it. Where's the customization? Where are the stages? That is the number 1 priority that they should be focusing on right now. And just to, you know, see 5 million copies within less than 5 months is fucking ridiculous, bro. I'm very proud of this series and how well it's doing. I'm proud of Dragon Ball. I'm glad Dragon Ball is, still on top, right? Like, I'm not even joking when I say that. It literally is on top right now, okay? Toei Animation's financial result of the third quarter, 9 months between April 2024 and December 31st, 2024 of the fiscal year ending in March 31st, 2025. Currently, right now, Dragon Ball is topping the charts at 19 billion yen, with One Piece just a bit behind at 18.4 billion. Pretty Cure, or what is that? Pretty Cure? What is Pretty Cure? Some other Toei series, okay? I'm assuming that's like a, wait, is it I think it's Precure, because I was like, what is that? Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, I've seen Toei's, Twitter page. They gas that shit up a lot. Shout out to you if you like that. I think that's like a Magical Girl series. That's 1.3 billion yen, okay? And Digimon at 1.06 billion yen, okay? So those are far behind One Piece and Dragon Ball. In 2023, One Piece finally overtook Dragon Ball as the #1 on their financial result, which deserved. It's One Piece. I think One Piece should definitely be on top. It's got a huge-ass anime that's, that rarely goes on breaks, right? I mean, it's on a break right now. I say that. Speaking of the devil, right? But yeah, it's a huge anime series. They usually get a new movie every 1 to 2 years. Like, One Piece is Toei's, like, big moneymaker, right? Dragon Ball is a big moneymaker for Toei, but Toei, they some bitches, and they don't want to, they really don't, I feel like they want to focus on One Piece, and that's cool, that's fine, right? Okay, if that's what they want to do, right? But it's like, I feel like there are people at Toei that are like, why is Dragon Ball even doing this well? Like, why isn't One Piece at the top? I'm just messing around. I'm being silly about it. No, again, One Piece, it really does deserve to be #1, and I'm proud of this series being at #2, even in the top thing, right? Dragon Ball is massive, and it makes a lot of money, right? But like we don't get a lot when it comes to anime and manga stuff. Okay, that's One Piece's realm, right? I would say One Piece does the best when it comes to anime, manga type of shit. And then Dragon Ball does the best just in general merchandise, right? It's selling, cards, it's selling video games, it's selling clothing, fucking mugs with Goku's fat ass on there. Like, it's got it all, okay? And I think One Piece does have a card game that's very successful. I believe it is actually more successful than the Dragon Ball Card Masters or Fusion or whatever the fuck it is at this point. I think One Piece is doing better in that regards, but for the most part, Dragon Ball just does better in general when it comes to just selling shit, right? One Piece, it's just got the movies, the manga, and the the anime, right? Because the anime, like, is just it. If you can have over 1,000 episodes of an anime, like, and people are still watching it, like, it's doing something right, y'all. Okay. The fact that Dragon Ball barely gets an anime series, like right now, we're so lucky we have Daima, and that shit only 20 episodes long, and it's going to be ending literally at the end of this month. I'm going to cry, bro. But yeah, this is really, really impressive to see One Piece and Dragon Ball just absolutely fucking killing it right now, dog. Like, it makes me very, very happy that these two series that I really do love a lot, and I say I love One Piece, okay? My ass still hasn't even watched it yet, but like, it's cool, it's interesting, and I definitely want to watch it eventually, but I'm just saying, like, it's nice to see these two big, like, shonen, like, OGs just killing it, right? I wish Naruto was up there as well. Obviously, Naruto is not in Toei. Naruto would be Studio Pierrot with Bleach. So I would like to see their financial report as well. I think that'd be cool if they do post theirs eventually somewhere. I don't know. But yeah, Naruto, Bleach, Dragon Ball, One Piece, those, I would say, are, how we say there's a big 3? That's the big 4 to me, right? Like, those are, like, those are the ones that are getting tons of merch, lots of video games, animes, movies, etc., etc. Like, those usually are the ones that are getting the biggest things, okay? JJK is starting to, or not starting to, but, like, they've broken into that boundary. Same thing with Demon Slayer, okay? I would say Demon Slayer, JJK, and maybe My Hero Academia as well. Those are, like, I would go as far as to say, like, those are still kind of like the modern-ish big 3. I know there's not going to be a big 3 anymore, but you know what I'm saying? Like, those are like the big ones. I wish Black Clover got into that. I really love Black Clover, but other than those series, yeah, I would say that those are like the modern big anime manga money makers, even though JJK and MHA are unfortunately over. Demon Slayer has been over for a while, and it's going to be getting its like final arc here pretty soon. But I digress. I'm just going off into different tangents. I love talking about this kind of stuff. It's very interesting to me to see the numbers when it comes to these series and how popular these series are going, because I love anime. I love manga. I'm passionate about this kind of shit. And obviously I love fucking Dragon Ball, right? So yeah, in the comments, you know, gas each other up with, you know, let's gas up Dragon Ball. Let's show some positivity and appreciation for the Dragon Ball series and how well it's doing. And let me know down in the comments what you're most excited for. We will be getting DLC here for DLC 2 very soon. I got a speculation video planned for that. I want to go over all the characters that I think would be coming and all that good shit. But until then, y'all have an amazing day. Drop a like on this video if you did find this interesting. And I will see you guys next time. Peace!
This is Broly, and you are watching SLOplays. Make sure to subscribe, or else I'll destroy your entire planet.